Hey yo guys, time for another edition of Pillar 2 Post with Dirty White Boy, the weekly edition of the news in the world of pro wrestling, so let's just get to it. There is some sort of breaking news in the world of pro wrestling between John Cena and The Rock, two of arguably the biggest stars in that promotion's history, where John Cena in the UK Sun sort of made some derogatory comments towards Dwayne The Rock Johnson, pretty much saying that, he does have respect for him, and he's a nice guy and a great human being, but that he hasn't come and given back to the fans of the WWE as much as he should have. I mean, granted, he was going to be in the Hall of Fame, but really, Rock only made 3 appearances since he went and made movies. He made that appearance in California and Los Angeles with Eugene, and then before that there was the WrestleMania 20 match when he teamed with Mick Foley against and that was pretty much, and that little performance on the promo there, but really he hasn't done that much, and he's getting still so many items bought on WWE.com's shop zone, probably, and like t-shirts, not so many, but items are still being bought from there, and I mean, he's got so much love from the fans. Like, if new fans are getting involved, they're looking back on the past and like, wow, look how great this Rock guy was. So yeah, just there. Now, my opinion on that. I think Cena will probably get a lot of heat from this, but I don't think it's worthy heat because he's pretty much just stating a fact, really. I mean, that he hasn't given up. And if you listen to Cena say it, he doesn't say it in a negative term, because I actually heard the interview. He didn't say it in a negative term. He just says it as, just come back a couple times, like kind of a pleading-esque type deal. The other pieces of news: WWE, Floyd Mayweather, who was a complete douchebag at the WrestleMania 24 press conference on yesterday, which by the way, that press conference was a disaster and a cluster fuck if I've ever seen one. We all know, is now having a match with The Big Show, but the original plan was to have Floyd Mayweather and The Big Show versus Oscar De La Hoya and Rey Mysterio Jr. Now, wanted that to awry when Oscar De La Hoya did not want to be part of it, since he's trying to train for his fight with Floyd Mayweather in the month of September, and then Rey Mysterio got hurt and they were going to do a one-on-one program with Floyd Mayweather, Rey Mysterio, but then the bicep thing, so they decided to have Mayweather as a babyface go up against the returning Big Show. And yeah, and as I just stated that, and I think that what they're doing now is going to work, but I would like to see the original plan go to fruition. They're also sort of thinking of doing a tag match with Floyd and Rey versus Shane McMahon and Big Show, so that would have been interesting. And WWE SmackDown finally has a home. It's now going to be on My Network TV. It was announced today that they've reached an agreement to start airing SmackDown this fall after the expiration of the WWE's deal with the CW network. The press release did not state a money figure or which day the show would broadcast, but they'll probably move back to Thursday because WWE loved the Thursday time slot, but the CW moved it to Fridays just because they wanted to plug some of their own personal shows there, and I guess to put SmackDown in a bit of the dark, but it was a great ratings thing. Yeah, and now that My Network TV is on there, the one drawback for WWE, who by the way have just changed everything to work in high def, My Network TV does not go in high definition, so they're probably going to do that in time. I mean, probably by the month of September they're going to be on there, so they'll try and get some high def going there. And another drawback is this network doesn't get that many ratings, but that is like a least of their issue, because once SmackDown's on there, there's going to be a hardcore WWE fan base and hardcore wrestling fan base tuning in, so SmackDown will be probably most likely the #1 show on the network, which is good for them, because I think My Network TV needs that, and at least this whole thing is over with SmackDown not having a home. And from the world of TNA, this isn't recent news, but I just wanted to say my opinion on it, is that TNA has signed a deal with the world leader in wrestling toys, Jakks Pacific, which was announced on February 13th that it signed an exclusive 5-year worldwide master toy license with TNA Entertainment for TNA Wrestling. And the deal goes till the year 2010. Personally, I think this is a good thing, because the toys that they had now are okay and if-ish, but really, with Jakks Pacific, they're going to add a whole enhancement to them. They'll look so much better and more lifelike. And the name brand Jakks Pacific just is in the world of wrestling toys, you'll trust the name Jakks because they are great toys. If you've seen the recent toys, they're so plasticky, like they can just break so easily. These Jack Pacific toys are going to be 100% high quality stuff, which is good. And they're also coming out with play sets and other things, which is going to be a good thing for TNA to get their name out there with those type toys. And you know, maybe can now get back into stores such as Walmart and Target, and yeah, because they got taken out because they weren't selling. Now this name, it'll help because wrestling people who buy toys or the stores know the name Jack Pacific as well, so they may go with it. And Ring of Honor's show on Friday in Deer Park, New York turned into a nightmare when the company's weather conditions caused a number of performers to miss their flights. These performers including current ROH World Champion Nigel McGuinness, one half of the ROH Tag Team Champions Davey Richards, Brent Albright, Joey Matthews, Eric Stevens, and Roderick Strong, all missing the show and forcing Booker Gabe Sapolsky to make a bunch of last-minute changes of the card, and the result was still a very positive show from those that attended live, with some believing they got an even better show than the originally scheduled one due to the severe weather conditions. There were only 150 fans there, and they turned the show into an 8-man tournament in which Kevin Stevens got the win. Some of the matches on that card look fantastic. The DVD comes out, and unlike TNA, I have to take a jab here because this is something that's so true with TNA. They say something, you get a title shot, and it's never going to happen. With Ring of Honor, Kevin Steen got the title shot. It will happen April the 12th. He's getting his title shot against Nigel McGuinness or if anyone else is champion. Other Ring of Honor news, they had their 6th anniversary show, which was one of the most highly anticipated shows of the year, with the main event, ROH Champion Nigel McGuinness defending the belt against his old nemesis, American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Now, this match was said to be an early match of the year contender, the second for Bryan Danielson, and the biggest shocking thing out of this, was the fact that ROH did sort of a WWE XPW WSX type angle where they did sort of a rape angle with Larry Sweeney knocking out Allison Danger and forcing the lackey of Sweet and Sour Incorporated, Bobby Dempsey, to get on top of her and become a man, which some viewers are said to be outraged by that, which forced Booker Gabe Sapolsky to get on the message boards, issue an apology saying that you'll never see anything like this again in Ring of Honor. Now, I find this shocking because Ring of Honor is a promotion that bases itself on wrestling, not these entertainment type deals or these shocking angles. It's sort of like, I don't know, just trying really hard to branch out or something. I don't know what promoted Gabe to book that or something, but that just is weird. And it kind of got lost in the fact that Nigel McGuinness was a heel now, which is something that he's needed because there's more of a babyface talent pool out there than the heels in Ring of Honor. And the big announcement of the weekend was that Ring of Honor is going to be in the Manhattan Center, New York City on May 10th. At the Hammerstein Ballroom, so that's fantastic, man. That's one of the most legendary arenas in wrestling, and yeah, you gotta find a way to get down there if you live in New York, Philadelphia, or even Baltimore for that matter. Anywhere, if you're a huge Ring of Honor fan. I unfortunately cannot go there, but I think that is big things for Ring of Honor to be in one of the more famous old ECW arenas. Two of the WWE's best pay-per-views, the One Night Stand reunion shows. Little side note here from WWE. Colin Delaney has signed with the WWE, so he's off CHIKARA's King of Trios tournament this upcoming weekend, or this weekend, yes. So that's going to affect his team of Jimmy Jam Olsen and Brody Lee, which does suck because those three guys had to have great chemistry, and that's gonna really suck. But in a way, I'm happy for Colin Delaney, and all in all, the King of Trios tournament has a lot of stacked teams to be on there. And the final news of the week is Combat Zone Wrestling, or CZW, has signed an exclusive agreement with Locomotive Vision for worldwide releases of its DVD titles. Locomotive is extremely excited to be working with CZW Wrestling. U.S. Managing Director for Locomotive's Tom Smitty Smith. Their rapidly growing popularity and rabid fan base makes this a very attractive partnership. Now entering their 9th year, CZW has shown that they have what it takes to succeed in the ultra-competitive world of sports entertainment. We are looking forward to utilizing our strengths to maximize the presence and sales of CZW Wrestling videos at all levels and further increases their position as a premier wrestling division. It's exciting to know that Locomotive is planning to really get behind CZW and help push the company to the next level, said CZW founder John Zanding. I'm happy for CZW. I'm happy for any independent company to get their DVDs out there worldwide. CZW is one of the big companies that is on the Smart Mark Video Foundation along with CHIKARA, IWA Mid-South. What else is on? There's AAW, All American Wrestling, which is AAW. And there's so many, a lot of IWAs and many other great promotions are found on there. So if for them to get this deal, it's great. I mean, I wish it would be sold in stores. It's sort of a step like Ring of Honor, but not. But anyways, I mean, I'm happy for them. As much as I don't like John Zandig, because I think he's a douchebag and complete asshole, this is big news for them. I mean, now more people can get a chance to view the CZW product, which really isn't all that bad. I mean, if you can get past some of the hardcore stuff, which is more or less 70% of the stuff, they do put on good wrestling, so yeah. But anyway, that's it for me. That's it for the news of the week. I'm out. Peace.